Hello everybody, this is Praveen Pawar and let's today continue with our journey of the data visualization. Till now we have seen what is the goal of this data visualizations, and with we also try to see what are the different type of representations or the way by which you can communicate with your audiences over there. Okay, so today we are going to understand an important concept in this particular thing, that is what is meaning of the context, right? So as Colin Knaflic has pointed out, success in data visualization doesn't start with the data visualization itself, right? So same is the case with your data activities, right? You whatever 40 to 60% of the time that you will be doing any analysis activity you will be doing, right, that 40 to 60% of the time you will be spending in just understanding that particular data to prepare it in a proper format so that you can do some meaningful analysis on top of that one. Okay, so can I just take any data set and get started with that one to do some pre-processing, some cleaning, transforming, etc., and try to figure out something out of it? Is that happen in that haphazard manner over there? No, right? So prior to that, I need to know many things about that particular data set over there. So there are three things that one should know before jumping on anything that with respect to the data that we do have in our hand, right? So those three WS things that you need to have in mind are that who, what and how. Who is your audiences? What you want that audiences to do with your data that or the observations that you have observed after doing the data analysis activity over there, and then how you are going to figuring out those valuable gems or that observations or patterns or outliers out of that particular data over there. Okay, so if you have answer to those three questions over there, right, the who, what and how, you are in a right context, you are in right proportion or the right position over there, that you can go ahead and that approach that particular data from a particular angle that solves a business case, that achieves an objective over there, and that helps your audiences for taking the data driven decisions over there. Okay, so let's explore them one by one. So the first WH comes in, that is who. Who are your audiences, right? Who are the stakeholders? Who are the sponsors? Those are interested in carry out or who are interested to look at this particular data set from a much deeper angle over there. Okay, then whether you are going to whom you are communicating with, are the operational level managers or the mid level managers or the higher management, those who are having interest into this particular data exploration related stuff that you are doing over there. Okay, how is your relationship with them? Is it the first time that you are going and interacting with them, or you have a sound understanding with them, they know you well and they believe on you that whatever you are going to observation, that does carry some meaning over there, that is going to have some significance over there. Okay, so now whatever this understanding the audiences, right, it provides you a common ground, right, what your audiences are expecting, and then you are trying to deliver from that particular aspect over there. So this basically helps in you for three particular things. You understand you are in a better position for doing that communication. You don't go away by several things with that particular observations that you are sharing, right? Maybe I am spending a lot of time with my data and I can come up with a lot of observations out of, but really those observations, right, is my audience is really interested into that part or not? Or out of those 100 observations or the 50 observations I am coming, right, maybe a marketing team is there and they are just related, they are just bothered about the 5 objectives, those are related to their work only. So if the marketing team is going to be my audience, right, I need to be specific. I cannot go ahead and talk about the each and every aspect that I have seen from that particular data set over there. Okay, and again it also helps you to target to present your stories to the different audiences in different manner. It's not just one shoe for all. Okay, so if a marketing department is interested, finance is interested, right, and if I'm working on the common kind of data set, right, maybe a ERP system is there and they are giving me a data set out of that and they are asking me to figure out something unusual is happening into that or not, or maybe a particular thing with respect to the particular department or the section of that particular organization. There are different audiences, right? So I can make sure that what particular kind of observations are suiting for what particular objective of a particular department over there. Okay, so now that is about identifying the audiences, identifying the stakeholders over there. Now the second thing comes in, that is the what. Okay, second question, what you want your audiences basically to do with that particular data over there, right? Whether you want to invoke some action over there, by what way you are going to communicate with your audiences, and what is the tone that you want to set through this particular presentation where you are going to discuss about the observations that you have seen over there. Okay, so now it comes again with respect to the audiences, right? What is their objective, what they want to do with the analysis, or what observations you are going to share with them, so that you are trying to conveying over here. Okay, so now many people feels that like I have the data set, let's find out something and just share it with the help of the visualization, my job will be done. Okay, so it's fine, right? You are the department who has given you an opportunity to work on that data, they know that data, but definitely you are a subject matter expert in that particular area over there, and that's you have been handed over that opportunity to work on that particular data set to find out the valuable observations or the gems out of that data set over there, right? So now you are in a commanding position here, you have spent a lot of amount of time with particular that data set, and you know the data very well as compared to the rest of the audiences those are present in that particular hall for hearing your suggestions or the recommendations over there, right? So you need to showcase that thing in a proper effective manner so that your audiences can perceive you properly. Okay, the other thing can happen, right? Maybe the objective or the task that you are working on, right, you are not able to make any specific suggestion or the recommendation out of the data that you have explored or that you have analyzed over there, but maybe you can give a trigger point to them, right? Maybe these are the few things that I have observed over there, and now it's front of you, and now let's see what can be done with respect to these observations over there. That kind of discussion can be invoked, right? You can give them the pointers, you can showcase them the roadway by which they can travel further. So whatever those discussions, right, maybe they will go ahead and they will get converted to the business actions those needs to be taken in order to improve that particular situation over there. Okay, now that's the second thing that comes in the what question, right? Now, okay, you are going to communicate, but how you are going to communicate with that particular thing? So now basically three things are used over there: live presentations, written document, and the slide document. Okay, so live presentations, pretty common thing, right? Everybody, the person who has worked on that particular data set and the stakeholders, they will gather somewhere or over the web, they will go to that conference, and the presenter will share the story with the audiences, and maybe it's a live session, right? So maybe audiences can get answers to their questions in that particular presentation there itself. Okay, so it can be a very specific thing that is targeted to the particular set of the audiences those are there, targeted to the particular set of the objectives are there. Okay, the another thing, right, maybe how that particular data is observations are shared is the written document, right? Maybe we don't have that facility of coming together and discussing the things that we have that analyst has observed over there. So maybe what analyst can do over there, maybe he can prepare a written document. Okay, so in written document he has to put up a lot of things into that one, maybe a lot of text will go into that along with the visuals that are added into that one, because the presenter is not present over there to talk or to interact with the audiences over there, right? So he has to make sure that all the relevant points, all the relevant aspects those are there that are present inside that written document over there, and that will kind of create it a not bulky but a heavier document, I will say, over there. Okay, so now this particular visual is there that helps us to understand the control and how this thing goes when we talk it from the perspective of the live presentation on the written document, right? When you are in a live presentation, you have the full control of it, right? You can control that in what way the direction that particular discussion should go over there, whereas that control is not there when you are talking with respect to a particular written document, right? You don't know how your audiences are going to pursue that thing, whatever observations, whatever facts that you have shared with them, right? How they are going to perceive it, how they are going to read between the lines over there. So that control is not there. The second parameter that is there, the level of detail, right? Maybe in a live presentation I will come up with few slides, those will just serve as a reference to me, and then I can continue on to storytelling with the audiences. I have spent enough amount of time with that data, right? Maybe I am in a right position to answer whatever questions those are going to coming from my audiences, from my stakeholders over there, and I'm clarifying those doubts there itself. Whereas that thing, right, the level of detail has to be very high in the written document. Why? Because there might be n number of questions after looking at that particular data or the visual, right? There might be n number of questions those will appear in my user's mind. Here I need to make sure that all those queries, all those questions, right, are getting observed in that particular document there itself. There is not going to be a back and forth between me and the audiences or email or by some other mechanism by which the queries are getting answered over there. So now this results, right, maybe many times what happens, right, so people are coming with something in between that is called slidement. Okay, so it's not a complete presentation, it's not a complete document as such, right, but it's a combination of the presentation that you are making along with the kind of notes you are also putting into those slides over there, so that you are trying to make your point with the help of that particular document as such. Okay, now the third thing that comes with the what related question, right, what is the tone that your communication to set, right, it's just a casual thing that you want to share, or you have found out some unusual, unexceptional thing that is happening over there, right, some outlier kind of the never happened situation you have notified with the help of the data, and you want to set that a serious tone over there. Or so that is the basically what kind of mood you want to set over there, how you want your audience to perceive that the observation or the presentation over there. Okay, so that also has to be one need to keep in that mind, right. So maybe example I can give here, right. So let's say I am flying somewhere and a magazine is over there and they have written a beautiful story about some wildlife related stuff, or maybe something maybe some casual thing they will put up, they will use some random kind of colors over there in that particular article. But when I am discussing a similar serious situation about the tigers in India, right, so maybe I cannot go ahead and put up in a casual manner with my audiences over there, right? I need to be setting a right tone that the tigers are in danger and these are the observations, these are the recommendations that one need to do in order to save them. So that kind of gives you an idea about the tone that needs to why the tone is important and how you can say that particular thing. And now comes the last part, that is now how you are going to, now here the data set is coming into picture, right. Now you will be working, you will be wearing your cap of the data scientist, you will be doing that all pre-processing stuff with respect to that one, you will hammer that data from left and right, and that data is now going to be the evidence for your story over there, right. Now it is going to be supporting, so whatever visual you are going to prepare, whatever story you are going to make, this data is going to back that particular story over there. So now maybe another example we can take over here. Okay, so let's say you are part of a big organization who has a specific marketing department and they want to carry out some media related advertisement over there. Okay, so now and they have handed you over your job that go ahead and analyze our past what you can say the spendings on the different advertising campaigns that we have run, and come up with some recommendations, some suggestions by which we can target the appropriate channel or appropriate medium by which we can or that can help boosting in our sales over there. Okay, and now here we can formulate it in a particular format, that is who, what and how. Who are interested, who are the stakeholders here, who are giving me the funding for this particular project, or is the marketing team. What they want me to look at from that particular data, the current advertising campaign went well on TV, but they the another channel, the media channel is there, that there were some issues, those were found. So what are the causation of that particular issue, and now you are going to, and they will hand over me that data now. Okay, whatever, let's say 6 months, 1 year's data or whatever they do have there, and now they will ask me that go ahead and use that particular data. So this is how I know now the context, who are interested, what they are expecting over there, and how they want me to do it, right, with the help of the data set that they have provided over there. So just quick, in order to quickly recap these things, I will say there are 3 things with respect to the context, the 3 WH thing. Who are the audiences, what you want your audience to do with that particular stuff, and the third is how. So how you are going to make utilization of the data that is available in hand. We'll continue our journey in the world of the data visualization with the help of the next topic, that is the storytelling ideas, how you can effectively communicate with your audiences with help of the few concepts those are present over there. Thank you.